Tammy Lynn Jonas. At the age of 26, she was one of the youngest students in the history of Marquette's Executive MBA program, from which she graduated in 2006. And, as is typical of Executive MBA alumni, Tammy Lynn has maintained close and personal professional contact with members of her cohort, many of whom have joined her this afternoon to celebrate this award. In her 13 years at Kohl's Corporation, she has received 5 promotions, from Director of Operations to her current role as Vice President of Information Technology. The Business Journal of Greater Milwaukee named Tammy Lynn to its 40 Under 40 list in 2015. The first in her family to attend college, Tammy Lynn embodies Marquette's mission of excellence, faith, leadership, and service. Please join me in congratulating Tammy Lynn Jonas, the College of Business Administration's Young Alumni.
Marquette was kind enough to host a reception last night, and somebody asked me, how do you win one of these awards? And I think I speak for all of the award winners here today when I say, it all comes down to the swimsuit competition. So, Dr. Wall, who's at my table, he offered to buy me a drink about 40 minutes ago. And I said, well, I'm good. He said, well, I've actually never seen you be funny when you talk to people, so I think the drink might help. So, thank you. Appreciate that. Neither one of my parents had the opportunity to go to college. And I think for that reason, I always knew exactly what I wanted to do in life from the time I was a little girl. I wanted to be a doctor. And from the time I was a little girl to the time I enrolled in undergraduate and registered as pre-med, I was convinced that I wanted to be a doctor. And so I took all the organic chemistry and all of the calc-based physics, and as you can imagine, after taking all of that rigorous coursework, I was pretty clear I didn't want to be a doctor. Equally clear was my path forward. I wanted to go to graduate school. I wanted to get a PhD in comparative literature from Chapel Hill. I wanted to get a teaching position at a university as great as Marquette and live my life as an academic. So after graduating, I was with my then boyfriend, now husband, and he wasn't quite ready to move yet, so I started working. So I started working for Anderson Consulting, now Accenture, and I loved it. I fell in love. I loved that it was dynamic and fun and interesting and challenging, and what became very clear to me was that my undergraduate degrees in math, English, and Spanish had done very little to prepare me for life in corporate America. So I knew that I needed to round out my academic background. So because I was living in Milwaukee at the time, Marquette was the obvious choice for me, not only because of the strong academic reputation, but really the strong commitment from both the faculty and students alike. I wanted to be at a university that the students would take things just as seriously as I was, because I was going to get my money's worth. Every single thing was new to me, accounting and finance, marketing, strategy. I hadn't taken any of that coursework before, so I really needed to learn everything from scratch. And I was blessed to have such a great group of people to learn with, and they were supportive, and we had a great academic journey together. So as I was thinking about how I would describe my academic preparation at Marquette, what this MBA has meant to me in my professional career, I kept coming on this single word that really embodies how important it's been to me. And foundational and pivotal and all those things are, they kind of scratch the surface, but there's a single word that really describes what this educational experience has meant to me. It's a 3-letter word. It starts with the letter B. And I'll give you a couple hints here, and you can see if you're with me on this. So it's supportive. At a certain point in time in your life, people expect that it's a part of you. And it's not meant to be seen, but if somebody asks to see it, you want them to be impressed. So, as you can probably imagine, I'm saying that my academic preparation at Marquette has been the bra of my professional career. Now, I know that at least half of you may be a little unsure what I mean by that, so I'll give you a little more details. So, at a given point in time in your life, people expect that you've got it. Now, that may not have been true when I was a consultant or when I first started at Kohl's 15 years ago as a supervisor or a coordinator or a senior coordinator or an assistant manager or a manager or a senior manager, but certainly by the time I was a director, people expected that I had an MBA, and that was part of my training to be an executive. The second reason is it's not meant to be seen, but if somebody asks to see it, you want them to be impressed. I'll be honest, I did not laminate my diploma from Marquette. I don't wear it around like a sandwich board. I don't sign my emails, Tammy Lynn Jonas MBA. But I would like to think that people can tell by my interactions, by the questions I ask, by my leadership style, that they can tell that an MBA is part of who I am. It's been part of my preparation. And likewise, if somebody asks about my academic credentials, I'm proud to say that I'm a Marquette grad. I do a lot of work in the Silicon Valley area and in a land of Facebook and Apple and Google, where everybody went to Stanford and Caltech and Berkeley. When I mention Marquette, people nod and smile. They've heard about it before, and they know that it's got an excellent academic reputation. Now, this is not to disparage other colleges or universities. I love the fact that I'm never going to see a billboard that advertises an MBA from Marquette, that you can get it with 3 clicks on your mouse, and in 30 days you're going to be mailed an MBA. Everybody knows that a Marquette university education is worth more than that. And the last part is that getting an education at Marquette is very supportive. When you graduate from Marquette, you are part of a family, and they are there for you when you don't ask for them. They just show up and they're there. And we had very first-hand experience with that. So I graduated in 2006. We started our family in 2008 when my first son was born. Our second son was born in April of 2011, and our son passed away unexpectedly in June of 2011. He died in his sleep, and that was an awful time for us, as you can imagine. It was difficult personally, professionally. You didn't know what you needed, and I can tell you that the 23 people that I graduated from Marquette, I heard from all 23 of those people in the coming weeks and months. And I heard from a surprising number of faculty and administrators, and they were offering their support and their condolences, and they just wanted to know, they wanted me to know that I had a strong Marquette family built on a foundation of faith that was supporting me and backing me every step of my journey. And what's striking about that is a lot of the people that I heard from, especially the faculty, these are people that I had maybe one class with for a single semester, and this was 5 years ago. And they were there, front and present in my life, available and ready to support me with whatever I needed. So I did compare my Marquette education to a bra. I do mean it in the most thoughtful, sincere, positive way possible. It's been a tremendous honor for me to be a part of this university. I'm proud to be here. I'm proud to say that our EMBA class of 2006 has over 50% representation. We got 10 people at the table there. Dr. Ball, we're 12 for 23. But it's been just a really meaningful experience for me. So thank you so much. I'm humbled and honored to be here representing the very best of Marquette. On behalf of the awards selection committee, wherever you are, just as a note for any future awards, I would always prefer that they have the word young in the title. Thank you so much.
Next up is the College of Business Administration Service Award. And our recipient this year